Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon to miss any of my most awesome videos. In front of us we have the Arvin, model number 80R77. This is a 5-band classic portable radio. That includes the AM band, FM band, Marine band, VHF-Air, and a public service band. I got all that for about $30 off eBay. Thought it was a cool deal. I have a couple smaller Arvins that were donated to the channel. I saw this and figured, what the heck, made in Japan, and it still works today. It's a little rough around the edges, but it has character, and I like that. So let's go over some dimensions of the radio, and then we'll talk about features. So let's see, we have 11 inches across. It's a pretty big radio. Or 8.5 inches high, and we have a depth of 3 3/4 inches. For size comparison, we're just going to drop the radio right here. I'm not going to maneuver this beast around because this gets pretty weighty. Here's CC Pocket. There's the time. Let's see, at 10:10 in the evening. Here we go, CC Skywave. We'll be using this as a frequency checker. Maybe we'll do a little medium wave band scan towards the end of the video. I think there's a lot of bands to go through, so we'll see what we can do. And then here we have Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He loves Arvins from Japan. He's Iron Man. All right. He always gets a plug in the video. You guys know that. So yeah, features of the Arvin 5-band all-transistor radio. Okay, so we'll bring this up. Bear with me as this thing is pretty heavy. On the left-hand side, you'll notice this is metal, which is really cool. You'll notice that the side here is like a, looks like canvas. It's actually like a rawhide or cow's hide. We have AFC for FM, on or off. That's nice. We have power. We can go to battery or AC. And we have an earphone jack. Pretty cool setup. On the front, we have our signal strength indicator and battery level indicator right there. It's hard to bring that to the camera. You guys can see that maybe a little better. I can get that zoomed in a little bit without bumping the tripod too much. Hopefully you guys can make that out. Okay, we got the 5 bands. We have the Marine band, which goes from 1.8 to 5 megahertz. We have AM band showing 540 to 1600. During the evening, I get 1660. During the day, I get 1640. FM, it says 88 to 108. VHF-Air, 108 to 135 megahertz. And of course, our public service band from around 146 to 180 megahertz. Pretty cool setup. Over here, it says AM, FM 5-band. And we have a little band select window there. You can see it changes as you change the bands. And right here on the right is my band selector switch. And we're going to go to FM. We'll start in FM. So we have some knobs on the front, which is really nice. It's a really cool radio to tune. We have our volume. These are like natural positions, which is really nice. Volume on off. We have a tone control. Very handy. I love having full tone control. We have a light switch, which is just one little incandescent bulb in the center. Over here we have a squelch. The squelch isn't very good unless it's a really, really strong signal. I tried this. It's not adjustable. It's just on or off. Fine tuning, which is a very interesting feature. You have your coarse tuning here and fine tuning. Now, fine tuning works usually on shortwave on most radios, but this radio works on the medium wave or AM band also. Very awesome. Okay, tuning. So 2 speaker grills. Not 2 speakers though. You'd think so, but it isn't. I went inside the radio. It's an oval speaker, about 6.5 inches long. It comes out to right about here and goes all the way over here. This is the main area where the audio comes out, but a little bit comes out to this side right here. And the speaker's about this tall, so about 3.5 inches tall. So you got a neat little oval speaker. I thought it was just going to be a round one over here, but when I turned it on, it had a really good depth of sound. And I'm like, wow, this thing's really deep. So I definitely thought it had a bigger speaker, and it did. So there's that. Let's go ahead and look to the right side. You'll see there's an external input for an antenna. And of course our band selector. This is all metal stuff, which is really cool. That's metal. Up on top we have a metal handle, highly polished. Go ahead and spin this. Oh, yeah, our antenna here too. The antenna is pretty cool. This comes up to, let's see, I'm trying to think of how long the antenna is. Super long antenna. You know what? I'm going to measure it because, yeah, I looked at my stuff and I don't know why. Oh yeah, I already measured it. 30.5 inches. Yeah, this thing's awesome. Now the cool thing here is it pivots. Look at it. Really cool pivoting design. I like that. I think that's neat. I wish it pivoted further down, but still the pivoting action is pretty neat. Loving that. So like a ball swivel joint there. That is pretty neat. So we'll go ahead and just retract that antenna. All right. Trying to pinch myself here. Glad it's all straight too. There's not a broken antenna. It's an original too, which is nice to see. On the back here, okay, we have 2 screws, which I guess I'll open it up and show you the inside, so it's always fun. It says top grain rawhide. I think it says made in Japan here. Or it says 108 Japan. Okay, so we got 2 screws. Let's loosen them by hand. This is going to open towards the camera, so this will be interesting. See if we can get a good view on the inside and show you the internal loop. Ferrite loop antenna. There we go. So our loop stick antenna is about 5.5 inches. You'll notice some different adjustments right there across. I haven't tried to adjust them. Another neat feature is looks like an open capacitor, variable capacitor. That's pretty neat because they're easier to clean. I like that. It does have a little dust protector on top of there, which is a pretty handy thing. Let's see what else we got. We got our transformer here, and here we got for power, AC power in. This is probably an audio transformer. Let's see, our 5.5 inch loop stick antenna. Here we have the AC cord on top of the 4 D cells, and of course all the positives are running to the left of the radio, looking at it from the back side. And yes, pretty there. And there's our oval speaker. You can see it comes about to here, and it goes out to about there. So kind of how I estimated it, because you can't really go through the PCB. I didn't feel like taking all that out. So pretty cool setup. Let's go and put this back down. We'll talk about FM reception, and then we'll do a little audio test on this radio. Yeah, you know, you can find some cool deals out there on these classics. I was always a little leery on these kind of canvas type, you know, rawhide, cowhide. I always want to call it rawhide. Cowhide, leather. This one held up pretty nice. Pretty happy with it. Again, I just went with the Arvin label. I just took a gamble, and I'm glad I did. It's kind of like a Panasonic. Usually, whenever I get a Panasonic, it works. That's a good thing, and I went with this one and it worked right out of the box. Didn't need to do any recapping or nothing. So that is a bonus. I do get a popping sound once in a while, and I'm sure it's the capacitor needs cleaning. I'll look into that later because I don't want to clean it without the right products. I haven't cleaned an open air one. I think it's fairly easy, but definitely usable and serviceable. So let's go ahead and talk about FM reception. So if you guys know anything about my videos, you know I do a 5-tier method from fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. Most radios that are analog fall between the okay to good range, and that's fantastic. That's an average of 48 stations. This one found an average of 50 stations, and that's with the AFC off. I go upstairs on my couch, usually around 2 in the afternoon, for all my tests. I check to see if there's any tropospheric or E-skipping going on so it doesn't skew the results, and this came out to a solid 50, and that's about normal. Turn the AFC on, of course, you might lose some sensitivity, so I left it off when I was doing my tests. I turned it back on for tonight. But yeah, I do that so because I can't really go through the band on FM. I'd like to, but there's music and copyright issues and stuff like that. But there you go. So FM sensitivity was okay to good with that 50 stations found, and the FM selectivity was okay to good. The antenna being 30 inches really gave it an edge tuning in. So if you find this model, go for it. I'll have links below to this radio if you can find it. I mean, I don't know if it was just a one-off and I got lucky, or if this is a pretty popular model. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys have seen this, or maybe you've owned one. Let me know. That'd be kind of fun. All right, so there's our FM thing. So let's go ahead and turn this on. What I'm going to do is bring in a C-Crane FM transmitter 2 here, transmitting on 92.9, megahertz. And this is transmitting royalty-free YouTube music to this radio to give you a general idea what the tone sounds like. Now you just compare it to my other videos, and you'll see the differences, or hear the differences in the sound between the different radios. So let's go ahead and turn it on. I'll run this for a few minutes. Maybe I'll turn the lights off and see how strong this light is. I haven't checked it yet in the dark. I'm going to grab a little flashlight. just in case I need it. You get a basic idea how that sounds. Sounds really good in person. Man, this thing's got some full range when you're in FM music. Loving it. When it's on the medium wave, it's got kind of a lower tone. I got to really juice this all the way to high. But FM sounds fantastic. Loving it. This thing's definitely pegging here, which is cool. FM, it goes a different direction than the AM and shortwave, which is interesting on that signal strength indicator. So yeah, the light was pretty dim. I had to turn off some lights behind me, as you saw. Pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and let's explore some different bands. We got a few on here. So I'm going to go up to the Marine band, which is 1.8 to 5 megahertz. And I'm just going to clip a little wire I have handy from a PL380. I've had it in my window for a few years. It's just on the inside and the blinds. And it really helps downstairs to get a little bit of reception in the house. So I'm going to bring up this antenna here. And I'm going to clip this little wire. This is a little wire here. Pretty basic, simple thing. Came with the radio. You know, the PL380 Texan. So we're going to clip that there. We're going to turn it on. And here we can hear and tune this at the bottom of the band. Okay, did I turn off my MP3 player? There we go. Picking up some static possibly. Okay, let's tune this up. A bit of fading signal right there. It looks like 22. Yeah, 2.2 megahertz. That's interesting.
Let go of some preconceived idea of somehow you're bringing you back to the law.
Definitely getting some severe fading here.
You don't understand.
Had to go in the other night. It was getting quite a bit. A lot of cool stuff.
Water, electricity, fuel for your car, a ticket for the train. How are you going to survive? Economic sanctions. But as people refuse.
Okay, getting WWV on 2.5 megahertz. See if we can get the Canadian time signal.
Don't quote me on that. I think you can.
Well, I will check on that because I definitely want to support you if I can, Michael, and I mean that. I want to ask you, folks, if you have any questions about him tomorrow, and call me and also give his cell phone number. I mean, if you do vote in the state of West Virginia, go out for Tuesday, remember that if you're a Republican or independent, want to vote for him, it's Michael Folk, F-O-L-K. He's running against Jim Justice in the primaries, and I know it's no feel bad.
Pretty cool. It's working. There's 3330 Canadian time signal. CHU, I believe. It's been a while. Don't spend much time at the bottom of the band here. Let's tune up a little quicker.
When the Director of National Intelligence when he left Iraq, he created the problem of biblical proportion.
And wow, they coverage as bad as Brennan. All right, Thomas Speciale, thomasspeciale.com. For Senate, thanks for coming on with us. Great job speaking out.
Thank you, Alex.
Okay, folks, that was an important minute. We've got so much news to hit now that's piling up in this.
Almost through the band. We're getting some music there. Had a very stable evening for shortwave. Some strong storms to the south of us.
The military or a private citizen, after your first firearm training course from front sight, you'll leave with skills that surpass 99%.
Fine tuning coming very handy. Heard WRMI there.
God's heart to yours. Heart to heart is a personal of inspired teaching. Check out a list of Kimberly's audio devotion at KimberlyandMinistries.com. And now, here's your host, Kimberly.
Que hago a nuestra santita. Bueno, esto lo sirve el párrago. Sí. De allí, en el libro.
の方です。我が家の窓際のグリーンカーテンに昨日朝顔が初咲きしました。大輪の花が1個咲きました。
Finding quite a bit.
Someday live in a nation where they will be judged by the color of their skin, but by the
Pick up 5 megahertz. Okay, well, we'll stop there. Let's go ahead and keep going the bands. Let's see, we have the Marine Band, quite a bit there. Pretty impressed. My little wire hooked up. We're going to go to the VHF-Air. I don't think we're going to pick up much.
Waves 1 to 3 feet building to 2 to 4 feet. Saturday night, north winds 10 to 20 knots becoming
Picking my weather channel. Interesting.
Waves 2 to 4.
Might have been a transmission there I just missed. Happens. Make sure I'm VHF. Okay. Fine tune only works on medium wave and short wave. There we go. Got a little bit of air activity. I live near Chicago O'Hare, so I do pick up quite a bit during the day, typically. Yeah, it's usually pretty busy right about in here and up towards here. A little bit of noise there I didn't have earlier. Okay, so it's the air band in a nutshell. You heard something, which is good. You know it works. So we're going to go ahead and go to the public service band. Definitely should be able to pick my weather up.
Waves 1 foot or less. Friday, southwest winds 5 to 10 knots becoming northwest to north 10 to 15 knots in the afternoon. Chance of showers and thunderstorms. Waves 1 foot or less.
I was able to pick up some transmissions here. Fire department between 150 to 155, but tend to not be very strong. Usually activity is pretty low in the evenings. Some kind of digital mode. Okay, so let's go ahead and go on to the medium wave band. Sweet. Alright, so I'm going to do some full dedicated band scans, so I know I only have a few minutes left. So we'll just go through the band, hear what we can hear. Let me disconnect this antenna. Push this down. We're just going to scroll through the band here real quick. We're at the bottom.
National Center for Public Policy, author of the book that's coming out in 30 days' time, How Trump is Making Black America Great Again. We're going to discuss the book.
560 WIMD, Chicago.
But first things first. What have you been?
Always been politically correct. He has worked his way around difficult questions very well. And that's why I was surprised he brought up the needle ticket. I thought he would look around them when I first saw the interview and the hearing it. I thought he was...
If you're going to say goodbye to an old neighborhood and looking for a new place to call home, buying a house is one thing, but buying and selling at the same time is a whole nother ball of wax. The stakes are double. The details are double. Not to mention that there's usually a tight timeline.
Good morning, sunshine.
Morning sunshine.
Okay, I'm going to see what station we're on. I think we're on 630. I'm just going to double check. I was going to try to hit the locals around my area, or not, semi-local in the evening. Okay, let's see if we can pick up 630. It sounds like it's coming in good on the Skywave. Right now it is 10:34 p.m. Central Standard Time near Chicago, Illinois. Okay. Okay, I'm getting a lot of static here. I hadn't had that earlier. Skywave's getting it too. Okay, well, let's just see if we can find some bigger stations. .640 WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, 1600 watts.
AM WSM, that's when I pass this way again right there by our dear friends from Tiller's Folly. If you're just tuning in, we're talking to the International.
So there you go, WSM 650 in Nashville, Tennessee.
Licensed agents.
An extra pinky toe gives you 24/7 access to discomfort.
670 The Score, WSCR, Chicago.
Another 75 years if they keep giving people military and federal discounts.
A surplus pinky toe couldn't help you with any of that. It'd be too busy making your shoes. I'm picking one. Came to the rest of America last year. 19 white, unarmed white.
So here's 700 WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles. Get a little cheat sheet out here.
In the 60s, people, they didn't read books.
Cheat.
and I did. And so I...
Again. And moves right along.
And out he'll come here.
Strongest station, 720 WGN. You can see his needles pegged over here.
And then soon you'll see him on the railway. On the train tracks.
So we can pick up Zoomer here.
Radio AM 740 and downtown Toronto at 96.7 FM.
There you go. Nice 740 is CFZM Zoomer Radio, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. Always a treat to listen to.
Weed there. They're Mr. and Mrs. Cool.
WJR Detroit.
There are a lot of Puerto Ricans in New York.
Eden or the Kennedy, despite
780 WBBM Chicago.
closed down. The Eisenhower's doing just fine.
So mad toward these protesters.
They were sometimes tough to find. Right. But now...
Même espèce aussi, il y a des rapports de pouvoir, par exemple, des
860 CJBC Toronto.
L'être humain comme ça aussi est dans l'évolution.
I'm going to go right to the top of the band.
The thing that...
To compete for a shot at $1 million.
Front couch and moving everything within arm's length, like the microwave.
Rationale for, what's going on
No rest.
Remember what you learned.
Attention is in response to...
I think it escaped the notice of most of these communities.
I give the rest of my life to just giving Donald Trump.
It goes all the way to 1660.
Right now, the treats IBSC in adults. When
bogus home court advantage. Hey, why don't you truck your home court out here? Great. And you're going to bring our announcer out, right?
There we go. Alrighty, cool. So you got a good demonstration of all different pans. Wow, we could spend all day here, couldn't we? The Arvin, this is amazing. The model number is 80R77. Actually, it's 80R77-18. Don't know what the -18 is. Probably not a big deal. Might just be revision. But yeah, I found it for $30. Pretty happy with it. Arvin, if you're out there looking, definitely check out Arvin Radios. I'll have a general link to Arvin if you can't find this one. Just use it, check it out. I mean, if you're looking for classic, cool portable radios, they're the ones to get. They're made in Japan, typically from the late 60s, and they're made real well. And you get those smaller portables, handheld. You can also get the bigger ones like this. Check out the iCards. I'll have some links to the other Arvin radios that I've reviewed. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation of the Arvin 80R77. If you're new to the channel, or if you like Arvin radios and you want to know more about them, hit subscribe at the bell icon. Get notified of future videos showcasing Arvin products and the band scans. I have future planned for this radio, a daytime and an evening one on the medium wave. And of course, comment below what you think about the Arvin 80R77. Would this be one you'd pick up if you saw it on eBay? Do you like it? Do you think it's cool? Do you like these in general, these multi-band radios? This one worked pretty well. Pretty impressed with it for the money. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.